Hello people, and welcome to another episode of Not How to Cantonese Random Rambling. It's been a long time. First things first, thank you so much for 400 subscribers. Yeah, we've just reached that. I think it's about a few days. I hope it's not too late. Thank you so much, and I actually don't know what to say. Just thank you. But it's somehow, I don't know how this happened actually, because frankly speaking, this is the laziest period amount of all time in this channel. When I was being the most hardworking, I put up about 3 videos per week, regularly. But I don't know why my subscriber dropped and all the stats just not looking good, and yeah. Now somehow they've got better than that period. I still don't know how the YouTube algorithm works, and frankly I just don't care anymore, because I guess when you get to know it a bit better and it changes again, so why bother? But today we're not going to talk/rant about YouTube systems and stuff like that. We're going to talk about something related to our channel, which is languages. Yes, actually this is the third attempt of me trying to make this video. Well, I have to record the 400 subscriber message, so may as well just redo it once again. Yeah, let's get into the thing that we're going to ramble about. How to survive in a foreign language speaking environment. So if you are living in a foreign country that speaks a different tongue, or actually if you are living in a foreign country that speaks your tongue, there will still be cultural differences and communication difficulties from time to time. So yeah, please don't feel left out, we feel you. But here we're mainly going to talk about 3 irresponsible tips that, from my personal experience, that kinda can help you if you are struggling in a foreign language environment. I hope I'm making sense. So these are from my experience. I just said that when I was living/studying in Korea, so yeah, I hope you guys find them useful. I hope. But these are only my opinions, so it's totally fine if you don't agree with several or all of them, because people have different opinions about different things. And yeah, let's get into it. The first thing is, when you're talking, try to talk slowly, whether you're talking to locals or some other foreigners in this language. By doing this, you can get your message across very clearly, but not like this though. This sounds stupid, so don't be ridiculous and talk like this. Well, actually this one should be fairly easy to do, but surprisingly it is not. Sometimes if you are as a foreigner, you kinda don't want you don't want yourself to look bad in front of the locals. So one way to try to hide your what is the opposite word of confidence? Yeah, in order to hide that, you try to keep up with the local speed when you're talking to them. Well, it doesn't going to end well. I sound a bit too dramatic, but yes, because the consequences will be either you talk too fast, you end up slurring and nobody can understand what you're talking about. Then you end up looking even worse. People just think you're ridiculous trying to speak but fail miserably. Or the worst case scenario is that you manage to do this for one time. You manage to talk quickly and you succeeded for one time, and then people thought you were actually that good, and they set the bar really high, so Next time when they talk to you, they will use something even more difficult or talk even faster. So you're screwed. The second point is talk simply or in easier words/sentences. Actually, it is kind of similar to the first point that we just talked about. Using easier words is to ensure you can get your message across clearly without mistakes. Well, I'm not telling you to talk like a toddler. Well, unless your current level is about like a toddler, then that's another case. But what I'm talking about is don't be fancy just for the sake of being fancy. Yeah, if you don't fully understand that vocabulary, don't use it, because just like the first one, you either get your message across wrongly, or people will think your language level is like way above what you really are, and then they will use something even more difficult to like talk to you. Because I know it is kind of depressing or sad to say this, there will always be a barrier between locals and the foreign speakers. There is something about a language that a foreigner just cannot grasp fully. It is more important to let people know what your level really is than to make yourself look good in a certain conversation. And the last thing that I find is quite useful, especially when you're living in a foreign country, have to use a foreign language to deal with important stuff like housing, maybe paperwork, visas and stuff like that. Always paraphrase when you are talking to people, because you don't want to mess up in a conversation when you are trying to rent a place to live, and because you actually only understand like 60% of what they are saying and you just guessed the rest of the 40%. So in order to avoid or prevent it as much as possible, you paraphrase what you heard from the others, using your own words to make like a simpler sentence of what you understand, and ask the other person with a yes/no questions. Let them confirm whether what you understand is correct or not, because it is very likely that your own words, your own sentence will be simpler, easier, or less complex than the locals. So it is easier for them to understand you instead of you understand them. Yeah, I think you get the idea, because you are all clever people. Yeah, I think this is enough rambling for this video. I don't know whether these tips will be useful to you. If yes, then that's great. If no, what are some other tips that you find very useful when you are living in a very different country or speaking to other people in another language? What is something that keeps you from embarrassing yourself? Leave a comment down below, tell me your secret so that I can leave a like down below if you enjoyed this video. Also subscribe to this channel if you want more future videos. I'm sorry, actually I think I suspect, yeah, I think I'm going to get sick. No, not the good kind of sick though. Yeah, so subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.